Frequently asked questions about the Minitor 6 pager. One of the first questions you should ask yourself is where you want to buy the pager from. We are a Motorola dealer. We buy these pagers direct from Motorola. We do not buy them through a third party. You may find that many of your small local dealers actually are not Motorola dealers. They go out and they find the Minitor 6 pager from somebody else. They buy it from somebody else and then they sell it to you. So you're actually the third person that would have the Minitor 6. It would go from Motorola to somebody else, to the person you bought it from, and then to you. So we at P&W buy our pagers direct from Motorola. We order them from Motorola. Motorola sends them to us. We send them straight to you. Another thing you want to take a look at when you're going to buy these Minitor 6 pagers is the type of support you're going to get. Oftentimes you'll find at other dealers they lack a lot of technical knowledge about the pager. You try to ask them a question about how the pager works or how the pager functions, and you're likely to find a very vague answer or an answer that is not very deep, an answer that you probably already even knew the answer to. Here at P&W we sell a lot of these pagers. We can answer just about any question that you can possibly think of about these pagers. So when you're looking to get these pagers, the best thing to do is look for a Motorola dealer and a dealer that knows the product. We do have competitive prices. You may find another pager someplace else at a really low price. Oftentimes you'll also get a very poor service with a very low price. We have an 800 number that you can call an 8-day, Monday through Friday. There's always going to be somebody there to answer your questions. You may have run across problems before dealing with other dealers or other vendors where you call them, you leave a message, they don't call you back, you call them again a couple of days, they still don't call you back, and if you're lucky they give you a call back, but then you're on the phone and they leave you a message and then you call them back, and you know the deal with that. So we try to be here Monday through Friday at our 800 number for you to call and be able to talk to a person. The process to order the pager from us is usually fairly easy as well. We deal with many fire departments, and depending on your department and the way you wish to pay for it, we have several different options for you. The most common option is that you would send us a purchase order or a letter of agreement that you're going to purchase a number of these Minitor 6 pagers. You would send us that on your letterhead, for example, or if you have official purchase order system, you would send us your purchase order. We would then work off that purchase order or your letterhead. We would send the pagers to the address that you specified. We would then send you a bill in the mail. You would have 30 days to pay the bill. That's the easiest way to do it, and that's how a lot of departments typically do it. We also do accept credit cards. So if you wish to pay with a credit card, for example, we could take a credit card over the phone. We can also take a credit card through our website. So the process to order it is usually fairly easy and simple. We also offer discounts if you want to send in a payment ahead of time. That's called a prepayment. So for example, you could order 5 or 10 pagers. We give you the total amount of your order. You would then mail in a check to us at our address. Once we receive your check, then we would send out the pagers to you. And we do provide a discount if you wish to prepay it. One of the changes for the Minitor 6 pager is it now comes with either a 1 or a 5 channel model. The older pagers, the 3s and 4s and 5s, all either had a 1 or 2 channel. Motorola's upped the number of channels to either 1 or 5 channels. The channels themselves are selectable with this knob on the top. In this picture you may be able to see the letters, they go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. There's basically 8 positions here, and each of these positions represent a channel or a setting. So, for example, if you had a 1-channel pager, each of these knobs would be on the same channel. Let's say your frequency was 154.25. Each of these channels would be on 154.25, but then you could specify how you wanted to operate. For example, in A, you might have it vibrate. In B, you might have it monitor. In C, you might have it tone alert only. And so you have various options of how you want to set up these knobs. If you get the 5-channel model, you can do the same thing with all 5 channels. So in other words, you could set channel 1 here to be A with vibrate. You could set channel 1 here with on the B to monitor. You could set channel C to, or you could set the knob position C to channel 2, or you could set it to channel 3. And the same with D and E and F. You could set this to channel 4, 5, or whatever knob settings you wanted to use. One of the things the pager can do is it can scan 2 channels, but you can only scan the 2 channels on 1 knob position. So for example, on A, you could scan channel 1 and channel 2. Even though you have a 5-channel pager, you cannot scan all 5 channels at the same time. You have to pick 2 channels you want to scan. So you could scan channel 1 and channel 2 on A, and then you could scan channel 1 and channel 4 on B, for example, or some combination that you may like. Each channel can have 10 sets of tones. So if you did get a 5-channel model, channel 1 could have 10 sets of tones, channel 2 can have 10 sets of tones, and so forth. If you think you may need channels in the future, it would be a good idea for you to buy the pager with the 5-channel option to begin with, because you can never add additional channels later. The pager either comes with either 1 or 5, and that's it. You can never change it. So you might have 1 channel now, but you might in the future need more. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy a 5-channel pager, but just use it as a 1-channel. That way you can anticipate possibly needing more channels in the future, and you don't need to replace all your pagers. You just simply already have the pager that you've been using, and you can just reprogram that to the additional channels. One of the nice things about the Minitor VI is it does have an expanded band split. In the older pagers, you might have a band split of, for example, 151 to 158 megahertz. And all your channels had to be within that small range, just say 151 to 158. The Minitor VI has a much wider band split in both the VHF and the UHF. So you could have a channel that's say 154, another channel that's say 163. A lot of your NOAA weather channels are in the 163 range. And then you might even have another odd channel up in the 170 range, maybe a neighboring county or a repeater of some sort. And all 3 of those channels could be put onto 1 pager. So even though you only use 1 channel right now, let's say your main dispatch channel, you might have a neighboring county, you might want to set up a NOAA weather monitor on your pager. And this pager can do it because it has the expanded band split versus the older Minitor 5s and 4s, which had a fairly narrow band split on each receiver board. The Minitor VI now comes with a 2-year warranty. The Minitor 5s and the older 3s and 4s only came with a 1-year. And this is the standard warranty from Motorola. This is what's included when you purchase the pager. So it doesn't cost you any additional money. The 2-year warranty is direct from Motorola, and what that means is you would send a pager straight back to Motorola, and Motorola would send it straight back to you if you needed any type of service. So even if you bought the pagers from us and say we're in Florida and you're in Wyoming, you don't want to send it to Florida and then we send it to Motorola and then Motorola sends it to us and then we send it back to you. You send it direct to Motorola, Motorola sends it direct back to you. That speeds up the warranty repair time and also alleviates a lot of the problems that you encounter with having, say, a third party do your repair work for you. The pagers themselves do come with an optional warranty. You can get a 3-year or a 5-year, and it's important that you realize this is the total number of years, not 3 or 5 in addition to the 2 that it comes with. So if you get the 3-year warranty, you'll have a total of 3 years. In other words, you're just going to get 1 additional year of warranty past the standard 2-year warranty. Most people get the 5-year warranty, and if you do some calculations, you'll find out that if the pager were to break 1 time within the warranty period, the warranty pays for itself. So if you want to take your chance and say the pager is not going to break within the 5 years, you'll be ahead of the game. If you think the pager is going to break at some point in time and you're going to need to send it in for repair, you're going to find the 5-year warranty is actually less expensive or about the same price as getting it repaired. So it's up to you and your budget, but a lot of people do opt for the 5-year warranty. That way you don't need to worry about repairs in the future. Budget from, say, 2 years from now or 3 years from now, you don't know what that's going to be. But it's nice to know that you got your pagers covered under that warranty. That way, if you are short one of your years in the future, you don't have to worry about getting these pagers repaired and paying for repair bills for that. When you buy a pager from P&W, we have a 30-day replacement warranty on the pager. And what that means is if you get a pager and you take it out of the box and maybe use it for a few days and it just stops working for some reason, it doesn't receive, or it has an audio problem, or it doesn't charge, or whatever may be the problem, we have a replacement warranty for it. And that means we will send you a brand new pager and you will return the old pager. The old pager will not get repaired. It simply goes back to Motorola. And it's considered an out of the box failure. In other words, it probably didn't work right from the factory. It probably didn't work right when you took it out of the box. And those type of repair problems can be quite frustrating for customers, in that you just got this new pager, 3 days later it's not working. And now what are you going to do? You have to send it off to get repaired, and you're going to then have to wait for it to come back to you. And even then you're going to have then a repaired pager. It'd be much better just to get a brand new pager instead of the broken one that you received. So here at P&W we do offer a 30-day replacement. So if you get your new pager within that 30-day period, it breaks, give us a call. We'll get you a new pager. You'll send back the old pager, and it's usually very quick to do that as well. After the 30-day period, you would then send the pagers to Motorola for a warranty repair. And the thought being is if the pagers work for 30 days and then it breaks, it's probably going to be maybe damage from the user or just damage from normal wear and tear. And it's no longer an out-of-box failure. It's a failure that has crept up during the normal use of the pager. So after the 30 days, you're going to be sending it direct to Motorola to get repaired. You would not get a replacement after the 30-day period. Then after the 2-year warranty is up, we will be repairing the Minitor VI pagers. So you'll have a 2-year warranty from Motorola. And if your pager breaks, say on the 3rd year, and you didn't buy that extended warranty, you can send it to us and we'll repair the pager. All the repairs we do are in-house. We do not send the pagers off to a third party. We do not send the pagers off to Motorola. You send the pagers to us, we fix the pager, and we send it back to you. And that's a little bit different than a lot of other dealers. If you're going to your local Motorola dealer, I can almost guarantee you he sends your pager off to someplace else. He sends it off to us, or he sends it off to Motorola, or he sends it off to another radio dealer to do the repair. Almost none of the local dealers will repair the pagers for you. But we do all the repairs in-house. So if you ever do have a problem with your Minitor VI, we will be able to repair that for you. One of the other common questions we get here at P&W is about the programming. How does the programming work? How does the software work? How does the interface work? And it's actually fairly simple. If you've ever programmed, say, a Minitor V before, you'll be very comfortable using the Minitor VI software. It's going to be very similar to the Minitor V. The Minitor VI does have quite a few new options or somewhat different options, but it's very similar. The first time you use the software, it may take you a little bit of time to get familiar with it and where all the settings and options are. But once you do that, you'll be able to program a pager in a minute, 2 minutes, or just to make a minor change just takes 30 seconds. So it's really a very easy and simple process to do once you get the hang of it. The software itself is going to be free to download. And Motorola has the software on their website, but if you've ever been to Motorola's website, you'll know you kind of got to navigate and click on this and navigate through a bunch of menus. We make it easy. If you go to our website at pwservice.com, we have links directly to Motorola's website to download the software. We don't keep the software on our website because Motorola oftentimes does updates to the software, and rather than forgetting to do the update to our website and you downloading an old version of the software, we give you a link directly to Motorola. So you can download the software straight from Motorola to get the latest version. The programming interface, which is here, this little picture, is actually a very inexpensive piece of hardware. You may be familiar with some of the older Minitor 3s and 4s and 5s, and the interfaces were in the $200 range, or depending on what options you got, $150, $200, $300, somewhere in that range. This is actually a very inexpensive programmer. Motorola basically wants all the departments to take control and to be able to program your own equipment. Rather than rely on your dealer taking the pager back to your dealer and changing some options or changing a frequency or changing a tone, and then you give it back to you, and then of course they're going to charge you for that. Motorola has made this programmer very inexpensive, and the software is free. So there's really no reason for any department not to program their own Minitor 6 pager. The interface itself has a USB cable. The USB cable connects straight to your computer. Some of the older interfaces had serial port connectors, and if you didn't have a serial port, which a lot of the newer computers don't, it's sort of getting phased out because that's sort of an old technology. Most of the new computers are going to have a USB instead of a serial port. The older pager programmers needed an interface, like a USB to serial adapter. The Minitor 6 has built into the cradle the USB connector directly. So you would just take a cable which plugs into the back, and you plug it straight into your computer, and that's all you do. Your computer then actually recognizes this cradle. It then installs the software that is used to drive this, and then you simply load the software. And to make it very simple, what you would do is, if you were going to, say, program one of these pagers, is first you would go to our website, which would link you to Motorola's website where you would download the software. On our website we also have default files, and what that allows you to do is download the default file. All the settings and all the options will already be in the default file. The only thing you need to do is put in your frequency, put in your paging tones, and program the pager. All the default settings and options are going to be in there. And that allows you to get set up and working really quick. Then once your pager is working like you like it, you can go back into the software and you can customize all the knobs and all the other settings. But just to get started, you download the software, you download the default file, you put in your frequency, you put in your tones, you connect it to your computer, you program it. The whole process takes about 5 minutes. Now I'm saying 5 minutes because I know how to do it. First time you do it, it may take you a little bit longer. but it's a very simple process to do. One of the interesting things about the new Minitor 6 from Motorola is the cost of the pager itself. This may come as a surprise to you. It actually comes as a surprise to many people. Is the Minitor 6 is less expensive than a Minitor 5. And so let me say that again. You get a new Minitor 6, it's actually less than the Minitor 5 was. So you're getting a brand new pager that's been redesigned. It's actually a much better pager than the Minitor 5. It comes with a 2-year warranty rather than a 1-year warranty, and it costs less money. It's hard to beat that. So pretty much everybody who looks at these Minitor 6s are buying them. They're very easy to sell. They are very well received by customers. So if you're thinking about getting a pager, but you're going, oh, I don't know, I have 6s, I don't know if I want to get the 6s because I have 5s and I may have had some trouble, or maybe we have 3s and 4s and we were phasing them out, but we've had some issues with them. I wouldn't be concerned with it. I would go straight to the Minitor 6, buy some. I almost guarantee you will like them. They have been very well received by most of our customers. And if you've used the Minitor 5 before, you'll be very familiar with the Minitor 6 because it's going to be almost the same size and shape and function. The pager itself will come with a 1-channel, and that's the standard pager with stored voice. Keep in mind, all the Minitor 6s now include stored voice, whether you want them or not. The Minitor 5 had that as an option, but the Minitor 6 now include stored voice with every pager. All the pagers have a vibrate function. They have a standard USB charger and a lithium-ion battery pack. The USB charger, what that is on the back of the charger, there's a plug that you can plug a USB cable into, and then you can plug that directly into your computer. The USB cable does not come with the pager or the charger. The USB cable would have to be purchased separately. It's a common cable that you probably have laying around, maybe on a smartphone or something else that you purchased might have a USB cable, and it's a standard USB cable that can be used with this charger. If you don't want to plug it into a computer to charge, that's not a problem. You can plug it straight into the wall. The charger comes with a power supply that plugs directly into the wall. The battery itself is a lithium-ion. Lithium-ion technology is a modern, new technology. It's used in just about all your cell phones nowadays. It's actually a very lightweight battery. It holds its charge better than the older batteries. And this is an upgrade on your Minitor 6 versus the Minitor 5. The pager itself has a 2-year warranty included. And so your total price would be $369. That's for a 1-channel pager with the charger, battery, and the whole bit. We do offer quantity discounts, which go down as low as $345. So if you're looking to get 21 or more pagers, the price would be $345. And this is just a quick look at the Minitor 6 versus Minitor 5 pager. The Minitor 5 is here on the left, and this is your Minitor 6. If you look at the width of the pager, it's going to be very similar. You may notice the 6 looks a little bit thinner. It's just a very small amount thinner, but it's mainly due to this bulge here where the speaker's at. If you hold them side by side, they're nearly identical in size. And then if you look at the height of it from the bottom to the top, you also notice that these are essentially identical. The clip is going to be nearly the same. The knobs are going to be nearly the same. The reset button is here versus the reset button here on your Minitor 5. So overall, if you've used a Minitor 5 and then you start using a Minitor 6, they're going to be so close to each other, you're not really going to notice that you're using a different pager. But all the plastic on the Minitor 6 has been changed. It does use a different clip, different knobs, different housing, different reset button. But overall, it's very similar in size. Here is another view. This is the Minitor V, and this is the Minitor VI, and this is a view from the bottom. The big thing to look at here is these little holes for your Minitor V. These would oftentimes clog up with dirt and make it hard to charge. Your Minitor VI has a large open space here where the charging contacts are, and they're also very large. So you can get a Q-tip or something in here very easily and clean these contacts out. Versus your Minitor V, you oftentimes had to maybe plunge it up and down into your charger to get it to charge, or try to stick some little piece into here to clean that out. The Minitor VI has much larger charging contacts. The other thing that you'll notice here is the battery. This one has a battery lock on the bottom, and the Minitor V had some problems with the battery causing intermittent connection, where the pager might turn on and off, kind of cycle on and off on its own sometimes. And to fix that problem, Motorola relocated the battery contacts and also relocated the battery lock to the bottom of the pager. So you can see this has a battery pack. It kind of slides off just like the Minitor V, but it is not interchangeable. It's approximately the same size, but they do use different chargers, different batteries, different programmers. Essentially everything about the Minitor VI is going to be different than your Minitor V, but it'll be very close in functionality.